You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Okay, I'm very serious about this. There's not a thing, not a threat, nor a scene that falls flat for me in this show so far. This show is still surprisingly great, and I mean, I was looking forward to it, but that'd be this good? Episode 2 continues with quite a lot of build-up for what's to come on many different fronts, so let's talk about it. Hello, fellow Disney Plus watcher. It's nice to talk with you about Disney Plus today. If you love Disney as much as I do and enjoy talking about it, why not click the subscribe button to stay up to date, and please give it a like because it helps the video and the channel. Thanks. Okay, we're going straight into spoilers. Okay, let's start with the only thing I'm a bit confused by. I'm not sure yet if it's the one flaw I have with this episode, because maybe it'll turn out to make sense, but damage control. The folks calling Zoe in. They interrogate her in a good cop, bad cop kind of way, and when they're getting leads from her, she starts to get nervous. The cops talk about the places they could search for this superhuman being, the mosques, temples, neighborhoods, and Zoe starts to panic, like her world's about to end. Honestly, why? She already got the attention, the likes, all the stuff. Does she feel like she owes her maybe, and that ratting Miss Marvel out is the wrong thing to do because she saved her life? Maybe that could be it, but still it felt way too dramatic. What's really her stake? I'm confused about how important she thinks this all is to her. Do you have an idea? I mean, please let me know in the comments. I'm not fishing for your engagement. I really want to know because I'm really confused. Okay, now everything else. Wow. Now, what I love for starters about episode 2 is how this episode is a straight meal. It doesn't feel like a bite out of a 6-episode series, but as almost half a movie. It gives Kamala a love interest in Kamran, which of course also leads to a love triangle kind of situation between her and Bruno. It fleshes out Kamala's other best friend, Nakia, more, who is campaigning for the mosque board, for the running the mosque. I really dig that we're getting a peek into their culture and the distinction they make between man and women in the room for the prayers, you know, which that is such a good starting point for a story about emancipation. Forget wokeness or politics that get in the way of story. This is not that, this is story. And it shows us Kamala training with Bruno to try and understand her powers. And I really enjoyed discovering the power training montages. There was one shot where maybe I felt like Kamala looked like a 3D game engine model, but it was very quick. It was, I don't know, it's not a big deal. Also thought it was amusing Kamala figured out her heart light stepping stones stuff, you know, her flying alternative because of a video game. Because yeah, it looks exactly like one of those mobile games, so why not show that inspiration is also the inspiration in universe, you know? And I don't know about you, but yes, I do think Bruno and Kamala are going to end up together in some way. It's just that kind of show, I think, also because isn't Kamran a bit too old for Kamala? I feel like I'm watching a 25-year-old dating a 16-year-old, and that doesn't feel right, you know? I don't know, I don't think the show is going to acknowledge this or make a deal out of it, but still. I found it very interesting that after that uncomfortable scene in the cafe where Kamala makes up a family connection in order to cover she's dating Kamran, we ultimately get that family connection. At least the mother of Kamran is someone who is very interested in meeting Kamala. So this does beg the question, is the flourishing love between Kamran and Kamala a Luke and Leia kiss in the Empire Strikes Back situation, where the romantic tension between them is actually really misplaced?
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
When we find out Kamran's mother is actually someone who's in on Kamala's family, because she seems to know the secret about the bracelet. And because that bracelet is something passed on within the family, you get the point. I also thought Amir saying, "Hey, yeah, I think I remember you," I mean, was very funny because it's obviously him making that up in the moment to save face. But he doesn't know Kamala very well knows that. I don't know, very well done humor. In general, the most interesting thing about the story now is the partition and what happened to grandmother Aisha. I love that Kamala is bringing it up in front of her mother, and we see this big change happening in her. Like, I love the mother character in this show. Without Slippery when wet, your father and I wouldn't have met. You know, Kamala's mother as the classic fun and games, slightly awkward mother, and then Kamala mentions grandmother Aisha, and something changes. There's tension. A terrible wound is opened by Kamala. Great scene. I also love that the mother tries to negotiate with her daughter about going to the party, but coming back by 9 o'clock and coming in through the front door. Just those very relatable daughter-mother arrangements that shows us, once again, this isn't that evil Disney mother. It's the mother that's kind of awkward but fun and always trying to keep her daughter safe, but still listens to her. You know, I really dig that Kamala saving the boy from falling became very messy. It's her second time saving someone and it's almost as messy as the first time she's doing it. Oh, and one of my favorite lines in the episode is actually some guy in the crowd saying, "Why did she do that?" And I love that perspective. The collateral damage heroes leave behind is a thing the average Joe sees happening, but better yet, I totally understand how it looked like Kamala saves the boy and then drops him like trash anyways. So even though she does everything in her power to save him twice, you know, from a distance, from below, it doesn't look like that for everyone around because she's still a bit sloppy in what she does. I love that nuance. I hope they explore it more. Once again, the little visual details in this show are treats. Absolute treats. Right after Kamala gets Kamran's number, she just so happens to be standing in front of a beating neon heart that is there as window dressing in the cafe behind her or in the building behind her. Coincidence? No, that's just good visual storytelling. I dig that stuff. And who would have thought I would now actively look forward to scenes where Kamala is texting, just so I could see how they're going to incorporate the text messages this time. I thought the text in the bedsheets looked really good and realistic. Oh, and just a word on Iman Velani as Kamala Khan. She's even better in this second episode than she was last week. Her performance is absolutely blowing me away, even when she's just listening to Nakia in the scene where the two of them talk about self-expression, about how Nakia became comfortable with wearing the headkerchief, which was a nice scene, by the way, but it's within the smallest, simplest of moments where Kamala is just listening. I mean, look at her. Look at this frame. She still oozes charisma, even though she's just listening and she doesn't react even. Every frame of this show where she's on screen is just lightened up by her quirky but sweet and honest vibes. And to have the character once in a while go a little crazy and dance a little in the living room, you know that scene where she got home after Kamran gave her his number. I don't know, man. I'm just so captivated by her. Easily one of the most instantly relatable characters in the MCU. Yes, I'm going there. I mean, this has the potential to become my next favorite Marvel show after WandaVision. And I say that knowing Loki is a thing. I'm blown away. I didn't expect to say that, but now it's up to you. What did you think about this episode? Let me know in the comments below and add D+ on the top of your comments if you want me to give my thoughts on your thoughts in the coming Sunday video. I'm thinking about wrapping this up. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in my thoughts on previous episodes, you'll find it right here or in the description. Did you like this video? Then there's the simple way to show support. Thank you so much. I'll be back today with Obi Wan Kenobi, and for now, have a wonderful day and see ya.